नमस्कार, स्वागत छ दर्शकवृन्द यहाँहरूलाई कार्यक्रम प्राइम संवादमा। म रोहन श्रेष्ठ। प्राइम संवादको आजको यस श्रृङ्खलामा हामी सदा चाहिँ कला साहित्य सृजनामा केन्द्रित हुँदैछौँ। अझ त्यसमा पनि आज हामीसँग अस्ट्रेलियाबाट नेपालमा बसेर फिल्म मेकिङ गरिरहनु भएको नेपालका समस्या, नेपालका अपर्च्युनिटीहरूलाई विश्व सामु देखाउनको लागि प्रयासरत एकजना व्यक्तित्व आज हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ क्लानी गकोन। उहाँलाई स्वागत गरौँ। स्वागत छ यहाँलाई।
हजुर,
क्लानी गकोन। मैले राइट एक्ज्याक्ट प्रोनाउन्स गरेँ?
ठीक है क्लोज इनफ।
What is the exact pronunciation of your name?
क्लानी गकोन।
क्लानी गकोन।
अलिक गाह्रो है?
गकोन चाहिँ अलिकति डिफिकल्ट हुन्छ रहेछ। यति मिठो नेपाली कहाँबाट सिक्नुभयो?
म त सपनामा देखेर अनि सिकायो। सपनामा
पुरै सपनामा चाहिँ भगवान आएर सिकाउनु भयो कि के हो?
भनौँ न। हजुर, होइन साँच्चै नै म गाउँ गएर सिकाएको नेपाली भाषा। नुवाकोट थियो र बुकमा बेलादेखि म त्यहाँ बस्ने थाल्यो अनि त्यसरी बिस्तारै बिस्तारै सिक्यो।
It's been around 3.5 years in Nepal.
जस्तै 5 वर्ष भनौँ न। गएर आउने
जाने आउने
कहिले कहिले आफ्नै देश फर्किनु पर्छ नि, आफ्नै आमाको मुख हेर्नु पर्छ कहिले कहिले।
यो राष्ट्रप्रतिको माया भन्ने सधैँ रहिरहन्छ भने जस्तै होइन? नेपालसँगको यो साइनोलाई चाहिँ कसरी हेर्ने? कतिको माया लाग्छ नेपाल? नेपालको के चिज मनपर्छ, के चिज मन पर्दैन?
That's a very big question. You know? How deep do you want to go? Let's see. I mean, I choose to stay here, you know, despite the lack of facilities, despite the lack of options if I get sick in hospital, despite the roads being awful and many things being very difficult to manage. Like even getting here was quite difficult in the rain, you know, my bike wasn't starting and the roads were difficult, traffic jam. Like that's a practical difficulties here. तर नेपाली मान्छेको मुस्कान हेरेर वाउ, यस्तो खुसी हुन्छ मेरो मन, शान्ति हुन्छ मेरो मन है। मलाई बुझ्छु जिन्दगीमा के छ। I understand like how simple, how beautiful life can be from the smile.
यो लाइफ इज ब्युटिफुल, हाउ क्यान लाइफ बी ब्युटिफुल विदाउट अ स्माइल भन्ने कुरालाई चाहिँ एउटा मेजर क्वेसन मार्कको रूपमा अहिलेलाई यत्तिकै थाती राखेर तपाईँको जन्मभूमितिर मलाई जान मन लाग्यो। अस्ट्रेलिया होइन, नियर सिडनी होइन? भर्खरै मात्रै बुश फायरबाट चाहिँ बिस्तारै रिभाइभ भइरहेको छ। कन्डिसन कस्तो छ?
कन्डिसन त अस्ति जम्मा 2 दिन भयो, अलिक कम भएको छ किनभने बाई सम गुड फर्चुन पनि पर्यो है अस्तिदेखि। अनि अस्ति मेरो आफ्नै गाउँमा, मेरो गाउँको नाम चाहिँ केटुम्बा, मेरो आफ्नै गाउँमा 3 दिन अगाडि यस्तो खतरा आगो लगाएर 1 दिनपछि फ्लड भयो। फ्लड पानीले गर्दा। One extreme to the next. So at least the fires now are settling down slowly. They might come back again if the rain doesn't continue, but at least for now it's like there is some calm in the storm.
Let's be hopeful.
Yes, Ajay.
That the wind will be there. And what about your family?
My family, we're quite scared for some time because the fire was coming to the edge of our property, of all the neighbors' houses. My mom, she packed the car, ready to leave, you know, one car full of the stuff we own, and said, okay, anything you want me to take, I'll put that in the car. I said, no, don't worry about my stuff, just take care of yourself and my brother. And it was very close, you know, we weren't sure if we were going to lose the house we live in.
Right.
But for now, it's okay.
It's okay. तुरुन्तै नेपाल छोडेर जाउँ जस्तो भएन त्यो क्षणमा?
हजुर,
तुरुन्तै नेपाल छोडेर चाहिँ गइहालौँ जस्तो भएन?
हजुर,
त्यो भएन किनभनेदेखि दे वर सेफ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ आफूलाई थाहा थियो।
हजुर, त्यही थाहा छ।
दिस इज लाइफ है।
हजुर,
यो चाहिँ कहिले हाँसो, कहिले सुख, कहिले दुःख भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ प्यारलली जान्छ भनेर भनिन्छ।
हजुर,
केही समय अगाडि किम फिल्म फेस्टिभलमा चाहिँ तपाईँले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विधा अन्तर्गत चाहिँ सेकेन्ड हुनुभयो नि त?
हजुर सर।
त्यसको लागि हाम्रो तर्फबाट धेरै धेरै बधाई। कुन चाहिँ फिल्मको आधारमा चाहिँ तपाईँलाई चाहिँ पुरस्कृत गरिएको थियो? जर्नी टु द सेन्टर अफ द हार्ट, isn't it? Tell us something about this movie. What kind of movie is this?
Yes, please. Let me please explain. So, in Nepal, one of the most tragic and complicated and sad things happening right now is every person who gets an education in this country, and most people who have lucky enough to have a strong body, they're the ones who are leaving this country and using their smart mind and strong body somewhere else to develop someone else's country. This is a problem of outward migration. And so seeing my own friends, you know, who I made in my life in Nepal, leaving one by one to go to foreign countries, to begin their life in a foreign country, to use their mind, their heart, their body in a foreign country, I thought this is something deeply tragic about this, you know. Nepal is left the same as it is, perhaps getting worse, perhaps getting better, it's hard to say. But all the people who have the capacity to change it, the ones with education, they're the ones who are leaving to go somewhere else. there's something deeply, deeply tragic about that. It breaks my heart to see villages become empty with only old people and babies left behind. You know, and the world is changing and cultures are disappearing, languages are dying. It's a fact. I can't deny that. You know, and that is the change that's happening in the world. And let that be. The world is always going to change. Let that be. But I can't help but feel like there's something magic, something special, something sacred being lost when Nepalese choose a life of comfort, a life of richness in the West, outside of Nepal. And Dekha and Leimali got a documentary film, Benai, Journey to the Center of the Heart, the story of outward migration in Nepal. What is the meaning of richness? What does it mean to be rich? I'm telling that story.
What is the meaning of rich?
Meaning of rich, wow. What does it mean to be rich? What is the thing that gives you a smile on your deathbed? What is the thing that makes you smile remembering your life? You know, is it the money you earned, the house you bought, the clothes you were able to buy? I don't think that's what it is, you know? I doubt it. In fact, I'm certain that it's not what it is.
So what is the conclusion of your movie?
Conclusion of the film? Well, त्यसको लागि हेर्नै पर्छ मेरो film, है? Conclusion is what you make of it, you know? I'm telling the two perspectives of the story. The life of foreigners who have moved from foreign countries to Nepal to find their own understanding of what it means to be rich, and the perspective of Nepali youth who have come from Nepal towards the West, looking for their own understanding of richness. And both perspectives are valid, you know? None of them are wrong. So I'm showing both perspectives at the same time and what that means.
Why the foreigners, they come to Nepal?
Why they come? Why did I come? I mean, there's something here that grounds you here. There is a love and a sense of community in the air that has been lost in the West, in a foreign country. You know? No matter how much development facilities we've been able to establish in the West, no matter how many nice houses we've been able to build, we've lost what it means to be human. And that is the reason why I can speak for myself.
This is the reality of the West?
This is the reality. I mean, it's not easy to thing to say, you know, and I love my family, my friends back home. When I'm with them, I feel really at home.
What is most important? Love, affection, money, power?
Okay, in life.
You're right?
Everyone knows deep in the heart what's most important, you know. What brings a smile to your face? A big smile. Everyone knows the answer to that, you know. Nothing besides love, family, friends.
But we have to run after the money, isn't it? This is another, let's say, the dark reality of life. Don't you feel
reality?
that?
I mean, since the dawn of time, man has been wanting to seek comfort, you know. Since the beginning, the caveman era, you know, humans have been searching for some sort of comfort. Whether it means finding a better cave, whether it means moving to a warmer place in the wintertime. We're always searching for comfort. But somewhere in the last 100 years or so, we've completely mastered nature, you know. In one day, we can order something from around the world. We can fly man to the moon. Like, we've mastered the natural world. But what have we lost in the way, you know? I can speak in my country. We've lost the fact we don't even know our neighbor living next door. The person next door, we don't even know their name, you know? We've sent a man to the moon, but we can't send ourselves to greet the person next door to us. And so, when you ask that question, you know, what did you ask again? Say again? The question के हो भने?
Question question बिर्सिनुभयो. यो सबैभन्दा महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा चाहिँ के हुँदो रहेछ लाइफमा? लभ, मनी, पावर. यो कुन चाहिँ रेफरेन्स, कुन चाहिँ ब्याकग्राउन्डमा भने नि नेपालीहरू विदेश गइरहेका छन्, हैन? इन सर्च अफ व्हाट? ह्याप्पिनेस, है? तपाईहरु अथवा चाहिँ वेस्टर्न कल्चरबाट ग्रुम भएको मान्छेहरू नेपाल आइराख्नु भएको छ इन सर्च अफ व्हाट? द लभ, अफेक्सन, स्माइल, हैन? सो यो कन्ट्राडिक्सनलाई अलिकति हेरौँ न.
हजुर हजुर. What do you want to know exactly?
यो चाहिँ के हो त भन्न खोजेको के किन यस्तो भइरहेको छ? मान्छेको साच्चै नै खुशी के हो त?
हजुर. Very good question. Hey, as I was saying before, people have been searching since the beginning of mankind for comfort. Hey, and the last few hundred years, human beings have found incredible comfort. People have been living in the most absurdly comfortable life that was never imaginable in the past. You know, and we have that now. And now, Nepal has been developing at a bit of a slower rate to the rest of the world, you know, a bit of a slower pace. And they've also had their time now to seek this extreme comfort that they've witnessed through stories, through TV, through access to Hindi films, through access to sorts of media. You know, they're also searching for that, something else. Because they have what we don't have, you know. And human beings are always somehow dissatisfied with what they have. They always want something else. Eh? I'm also guilty of that. And I think the Nepalese who do migrate abroad and make a family, make a life abroad, okay, that'll be their journey, that'll be their dharma in their life, to learn those lessons, you know, to learn that duality, to go from one extreme to the next, let that be. But then their children who are born into that life of comfort, who since birth have adequate food, shelter, are not seeing with their eyes, you know, people struggling to eat food that Nepalese have been seeing since birth. Those kids then, I have no doubt, will question what makes life beautiful. I have no doubt. And I have no doubt that they will return to Nepal, in some sense. I'm not saying they're all going to move back here. That's a big move to make, you know. But they're going to come back in some way. So I think it all comes in circles, you know. People search for one form of happiness in one thing, they find that, and come back to the beginning.
आउने जाने भन्ने क्रम रहिरहन्छ हैन नेपालीमा चाहिँ भन्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यही नै हो कोड तपाईले चाहिँ आफ्नो मुभीमा देखाउन खोज्नु भएको कुरा पनि
हजुर
अब यो चाहिँ आम पब्लिकले चाहिँ कहिले हेर्न पाउँछ पाउँदैन के छ
पाउँछ नि म चाहिँ यो नेपालको नेसन वाइड टुर गर्छु यो फिल्ममा त्यस्तै गाउँतिरको स्कुलहरुमा देखाउँछु to plant the seed in the minds of the audience, the youth especially, you know, of what their life can be like if they return to Nepal. Right? Yo एउटा बाटो अनि अर्को चाहिँ म काठमाडौँमा देखाउँछु सिनेमा हल थिएटरमा यो 1 महिनाभित्र हुन्छ
1 महिनाभित्र भनेपछि अराउन्ड अब यही यो
हजुर के
अहिले माघ महिना भनेपछि
माघ साल के तानि
भने जनवरी भनेपछि फेब्रुअरी सम्ममा चाहिँ हेर्न पाउँछ भनेर भन्नु हैन अनि व्हाट इज द मेन रिजन बिहाइन्ड शोइङ दिस स्टोरी इन योर फिल्म
Yes. This is the story of our time, you know, in Nepal. This is the story of our time. People leaving, people coming in. This is the story that's on the street of Nepal. Everywhere you go, you see the movement of people, you know. And everyone in Nepal has been affected by this in some way, whether they had their own husband, own wife, own son or daughter leaving to go abroad. You know, there's nothing else more valid to talk about besides this story, you know. The survival of the culture as well. This is also about the survival of the Nepalese culture, the language, the stories, you know. It all depends on people being here in the country to keep that alive.
Is this a documentary film?
Documentary,
right. Documentary film.
So for this reason, this is a very fundamental film that talks about, you know, how do we keep this way of life alive? What is the meaning of happiness in the modern day? All these different paths of what makes a life happy, you know. Let's see it from different points of view, to see the whole circle, the whole picture.
यो मुभी बनाउने क्रममा नि नेपालमा काम गर्न कतिको गाह्रो फिल भयो किनभनेदेखि तपाईं थुप्रै नेपालको ठाउँहरु पनि भिजिट गर्नुभयो हैन त्यस्तै गरेर त्यहाँ अब क्यामेरा इक्विपमेन्ट्स लिएर जानु पर्ने देखि लिएर विविध किसिमका चाहिँ समस्याहरु आउँछ एउटा फिल्म बनाउनको लागि हैन What kind of problems did you face while making this
film? Very simple things became very difficult. Things I would never imagine would be difficult.
For example?
It began first thing in the morning. 5 o'clock, I put my alarm on, but there was no bati tina garma. Alarm rakhne paina. Mobile phone battery sakyo. Mostly it started from the very 5 o'clock in the morning. त्यसपछि I had to wake up my team because इनहरुको चाँडै उठ्ने बानी थिएन. टिमलाई कल गर्नै पर्छ. ल ठक्कै 7 बजेमा आउनु ल प्लिज है. ठक्कै 7 बजे. त्यसपछि 8-7 बजे भइसक्यो.
टाइमको अलिकति भ्यालु छैन है नेपालमा.
त्यसपछि 8 बजे भयो मान्छे आएन. 9 बजे भयो मान्छे आएन. 10 बजे म कल आयो ल म बाक्कार आउँछु है बाक्कार आउँछु 10 बजे भयो 3 घण्टाको काम गर्ने पाएन अनि the smallest begin from the very beginning of the day, you know. Everything that didn't expect to be a challenge was a challenge along the way.
Time को मतलब राख्दैनन् है नेपालीहरु.
Time just stay बनम न. Time is here, it's floating.
What is the importance of time? Time को महत्व के छ? अस्ट्रेलियाकै ब्याकड्रपमा हेर्ने हो भने कसरी चाहिँ उनीले टाइमलाई क्याश गरेको छ?
I think that the relationship that we have with time in Australia is also unhealthy.
Okay.
Unhealthy. It's actually
in what way?
For health, it's very bad. Right? I can talk from many different perspectives. One perspective, at work. The obsession with time at work, it makes for a very unpleasant experience. Right? People are paid per minute. Your salary gets paid per minute. You work for one day 8 hours, 52 minutes. You get paid for 8 hours, 52 minutes. Right? Which means every second that you're at work, you have to justify what you're doing there. Which means there's a constant sense of pressure about what you're doing. For 5 minutes, you can't just sit and relax and talk. Your boss will come past and say, why? I'm paying you to be here. Why are you talking? This obsession with time is unhealthy. You know, I'm sure the healthy way there's a balance between the two extremes. You know, I don't think this thing with time in the West is good at all. बुझ्नु भयो नि
त्यो चाहिँ नेपाली केसमा चाहिँ अलिकति केही हदसम्म भए पनि मिलेको छ भनेर बुझ्छौं हैन त
हजुर
ठीक छ यो त्यो देखिन बाहेक अनि अरु कस्ता किसिमका चाहिँ समस्या आउँदै रहेछन् काठमाडौँ भ्याली छोडेरै बाहिर जाँदाखेरि अघि नै भन्नुभयो बाटोको समस्या यताउता त छँदैछ हैन के भइदियो भनेदेखि चाहिँ साच्चै नै नेपालमा काम गर्नको लागि चाहिँ सजिलो हुँदो रहेछ
Are you asking me my experience working in Nepal?
Right.
Yeah. What do I say about that, you know?
Working in Nepal with the Nepali people.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, you know? All the time, people's heart is very beautiful. It's a great experience. Just to be with them and to experience that togetherness, that instant connection Nepalis have with each other. Right? To experience that, it's always very beautiful. तर काम गर्ने बेलामा कहिलेकाहीँ समस्याहरू हुन्छ नि
अलिकति
अल्छी
त्यस्तो पनि होइन
कहिलेकाहीँ सबै त अल्छी हुँदैन. I think Nepal is incredibly hardworking. But I think the way in which the hard work shows itself is different to what we do back home.
एउटा कुरा नि तपाईले नेपाललाई रेफरेन्समा राखेर जर्नी टु द सेन्टर अफ द हार्ट भनेर बनाउनु भयो मुभी हैन. यो नेपाल र नेपाली अनि यो मुभीको कन्सेप्ट क्लिक चाहिँ कसरी भयो? पहिलादेखि नै नेपालको बारेमा थाहा थियो?
थाहा थिएन. म त अनसन नेपालमा आइपुगे है. By accident.
हजुर. What kind of accident was that?
मेरो भाग्य भनौँ न.
भाग्य.
हजुर. म त 18 वर्षमा इन्डियामा थियो है. घुम्नको लागि गएको थियो इन्डिया भारत. अनि एक दिन मैले एउटा गाडी चोरेको थियो. तर यो गाडी was the wrong bus.
Okay.
And long story short, the bus took me to Lumbini, Kathmandu.
लुम्बिनी काठमाडौँको गाडी चढ्नु भयो तपाईँ?
हजुर. I didn't know I was going to Nepal.
Okay.
तर मलाई नेपाल चाहिँ फरक देश पनि थाहा थिएन है.
नेपाल र इन्डिया फरक भनेर थाहा थिएन?
यहाँ आएर मात्रै थाहा भयो.
तपाईलाई थाहा थियो बुद्ध वाज बोर्न इन नेपाल भनेर?
यहाँ आएर मात्रै सुने जस्तो कुरा.
पहिला थाहा थिएन है? What about सगरमाथा or Mount Everest?
यो त हिमालयमा थियो सुनेको थियो.
बट नेपालमा थियो भनेर चाहिँ थाहा थिएन. अब तपाईको कुरालाई रेफरेन्समा लिने हो भने नेपालले आफूलाई प्रमोसन चाहिँ गर्नै पर्ने रहेछ भनेर देख्यो. होप अब यो जर्नी टु सेन्टर अफ द हार्ट भन्ने तपाईको मुभीले पनि नेपाललाई चाहिँ इन्टरनेसनल एरेनामा इन्टरनेसनल मार्केटमा चाहिँ थप चिनाउने मद्दत गर्छ भनेर आशा.
हजुर त्यही पनि एउटा.
अनि कस्तो भयो त्यो इन्सिडेन्ट चाहिँ? कस्तो भयो लुम्बिनी टु काठमाडौँको बस चढ्नुको?
It was just a very interesting moment, you know? Some things in life just like sometimes we're given a journey that we don't understand at the time. Doesn't make sense. And that was one of those times, eh? I was looking for a place to stay in India and in one city, and I couldn't find a place to sleep. So I was walking to the train station to sleep for the night because I'd given up trying to find a hotel. And then I got on a bus just to sleep. Just म अलिकति निन्द्रा पाओस् है यो गाडीमा बसेर. अनि यो गाडी चाहिँ काठमाडौँ गयो, नेपाल गयो जस्ट.
गाडी सुत्नको लागि चढेको?
सुत्नको लागि जस्ट अलिकति निन्द्रा मात्रै पाउनको लागि गयो है गाडीभित्र.
अनि त्यसपछि के भयो? कहाँनिर आएर चाहिँ रोकियो, कहाँनिर आएर चाहिँ भिजा माग्यो, कहाँनिर आएर पासपोर्ट माग्यो, के भयो?
It's all a blur, you know, it's all a crazy blur. I was just in this half asleep, half dream state, woke up at the border, paid for a visa, फेरि सुत्यो, फेरि काठमाडौँ उतेर, ओहो कहाँ पुग्यो, होटल गयो, बल्ल सुत्यो, पछि भुइँचालो आयो. Then wow.
त्यति बेलामा सम्भवतः तपाईले चाहिँ दोस्रो यो अर्थक्वेकको चाहिँ हिट फिल गर्नु हो है?
हजुर.
कस्तो फिल भयो आफ्नो देशभन्दा यति पर यस्तो किसिमको चाहिँ कन्डिसनमा अनि त्यसपछि बिस्तारै डेभलप भइरहेको कन्ट्री कस्तो पाउनुभयो? त्यो माहौल कस्तो थियो? How was the moment that time?
I thought I was like hallucinating, you know? Because this experience of feeling an earthquake, if you're not used to it, it's very deliberating. You don't know what's going on, you know? So I thought, what did I eat? Am I drunk? Did I take some psychedelic mushroom or something? So I thought I was losing my mind. Like, the world was spinning. Oh, crap. Like, what's wrong with my head, you know? त्यसपछि बाहिर गएर थाहा भयो, ओहो भूकम्प होला, earthquake. Then the whole life changed from that moment.
त्यसपछि नेपाल कस्तो लाग्न थाल्यो?
त्यसपछि I was given the opportunity to do something, give something back for my good fortune in my life, to do some help for the Nepalese people.
त्यसपछि नेपाल राम्रो लाग्न थाल्यो.
त्यसपछि everything began. Yeah.
Second home?
The earthquake gave me an opportunity as well to connect with Nepal in a way that was very special. It's like the earthquake disrupted the fabric of life here and made things open again. Like, and there was some magic, despite all the destruction, despite all the grief, there was also some magic in the air. The sense of people coming together to help each other out. The sense of togetherness, a sense of community that was built from that moment was also very special, despite all the destruction, you know. and through that gave me a very beautiful window to begin my life here, to begin my journey here.
Don't you feel Nepal is home away from home?
अब आफ्नै घर जस्तै भइसक्यो होला.
आफ्नै घर जस्तै भइसक्यो. अझ नेपालमा के गर्ने इच्छा छ?
बिहे गर्ने इच्छा छ.
नेपालीसँगै or के नेपाल आएर
बाबुले के दिन्छ त्यही होस्.
भगवानले नेपाली नै दियोस्.
हेरौँ न जे हुन्छ. होइन त्यसको आएको मात्रै. नेपालमा के गर्ने इच्छा छ भने मलाई अब एउटा दुइटै अझै फिल्म बनाउन लाग्यो है. एउटा फिल्म चाहिँ story of dying languages, telling the story of the languages in Nepal that are disappearing, and telling the stories of those people in that language as a sort of a tribute and a way to immortalize those stories.
Native languages.
Native languages. Jस्तै कुनै भाषाहरू नेपालमा हराउन लाग्यो. जस्तै 10-20 पछि मर्छ होला. है. जस्तै चपाङको भाषा है, जस्तै टकालीको भाषा है. After some time, those languages will be lost. When we lose the language, we lose the stories of those people. Okay, these are not written languages.
Hats off to you. किनभने नेपालको बारेमा यति सोच्दिनु भएको छ. नेपालीहरूले नै अहिले यो बारेमा चाहिँ सोच्न छोडिसकेको बेलामा हैन. You are planning something to do something for the Nepali people. हैन नेपाली language हैन. Hats off to you. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's an honor. Yeah.
तामाङ भाषा पनि अलिअलि बोल्न आउँछ है.
चिक सेवा तामाङ.
कस्तो कस्तो किसिमको बोल्न आउँछ? हाई हेलो.
जस्तै सिम्पल कुरा.
गीत पनि गाउन आउँछ?
आउँदैन त्यति राम्रोसँग. जस्तै रक्सी माग्न सक्छ तामाङ भाषामा.
रक्सी माग्नलाई के भन्ने हो?
आइराक पाउ.
वन्डरफुल. अनि त्यस्तै गरेर नेपाली गीतहरू त्यस्तो कुनै गाउन आउँछ? नेपाली चलचित्रहरू हेर्नु भएको छ? फिल्महरू?
हजुर. म यस्तो फिल्म लाइनमा काम गर्छु नि. त्यस्तै चलचित्र हेर्नै पर्छ नि. त्यो काम गरेर भने.
नेपाली फिल्म कस्तो लाग्यो?
Commercial film, you mean? This commercial film?
Commercial or art, whatever you have seen.
There have been some good art films. I've seen 3 good art films in my life in Nepal. Nepali commercial film, it's difficult to call it a film because I think this medium is entirely different to the medium of film we understand in different countries. Eh? I think this understanding of film in Nepal is a different genre of video altogether.
In what way? नेपालीहरूले फिल्म बुझेकै छैन भनौँ?
No, it's their own version of film that is incompatible with our understanding of film back home, you know? It's got the aesthetic of a commercial and got the story of story of something that we don't understand, of some story passed down from generation to generation that's been put in the modern day somehow. Right? And so to call it a film, I don't think it's the right word to call it, you know, because it's a different genre in itself altogether. I don't recognize that as a film.
So what is the definition of film for you?
For me?
Right.
It's a good question.
नेपाली फिल्महरू त्यो फिल्मको डेफिनेसनसँग तपाईले पढ्नु भएको, तपाईले जान्नु भएको फिल्मको डेफिनेसन्समा अलिकति अटाएन भन्नुभयो तपाईले हैन? So what is the exact definition of film for you or for the Western world?
My understanding of film is an experience of time that allows us to illuminate some piece of truth in this world. We get to the understanding, the heart of something somehow with that film. Right? Through the characters, through the journey, through the issues of that film, we get to the truth of something. We understand the truth of something in some capacity. I think Nepali films, the intention, almost all the time, it's sort of a form of escapism as well. Because the worlds these films are set in, and the characters that we see in these films, they're not people we see on the street. They don't live in houses we recognize. Their clothes are the clothes we can find in Nepal, you know? It's a form of escapism. It's all connected to this idealization as well of life in the West, you know. These films often are even set in the West, or the characters, you know, they migrated to the West in these Nepali films these days.
त्यो रियालिटीसँग मिल्नु जरुरी छ फिल्म?
हजुर?
त्यो रियालिटी कनेक्सन भन्नुभयो नि तपाईले हैन? रियलिस्टिक हुनुपर्छ फिल्म हैन? क्यारेक्टरको चाहिँ तपाईको कनेक्सनै हुँदैन भनेर भन्नुभयो नि हैन? डु यु थिंक यो मुभी चाहिँ साच्चै नै रियालिटी बेस्ड हुनुपर्छ? किनभने देखि हुँदैन। मुभीको काम भनेको त तपाईलाई चाहिँ यो आफूले इमेजिनेसन नगरेको, आफूले नदेखेको ठाउँमा लानु पनि त हो नि।
हजुर।
अब फर रेफरेन्स ह्यारी पोटरै होला अथवा चाहिँ एभाटारै होला हैन?
हजुर।
Don't you feel that?
Oh. These are fantasy films, you know? And when we watch a fantasy film, we know from the beginning we're going to be looking at a world that we don't understand, that has some supernatural forces in it. Right? But these Nepali films, they're set in Nepal. There's no context of this being a supernatural world where magic exists or where aliens exist. but somehow we're meant to believe that a man who chases a girl through the field can make her fall in love with him somehow, you know?
And that might be the reality पनि त हैन र
अब तपाईँ बाहिर गएर ट्राई गर न के हुन्छ फेरि पाउँछ हजुर
सो त्योसँग त्योबाट चाहिँ अलिकति माथि उठ्नु जरुरी छ नेपाली फिल्महरु है त्यो चाहिँ के भन्छ एउटा स्टेरियोटिपिकल इमेज भनौं अथवा चाहिँ वे अफ पर्सेप्सन भनौं
हजुर I mean they do a good job at what they're meant to do. Make money is one thing and also give people an escape into a world that they can only imagine about. You know, I've yet to see one Nepali film that shows life in Kathmandu, that shows life in the streets as it actually is, how it actually looks. I've yet to see that film.
Hope अब your journey to the center of the heart भन्नेमा चाहिँ तपाईले त्यसलाई चाहिँ देखाउन खोज्नु भएको छ भनेर आशा गरौँ हैन भनेपछि फेब्रुअरी सम्मको चाहिँ पर्खाइरहने भयो यो मुभीको लागि we have to wait till February isn't it
हजुर
कलानी थ्यांक यू सो मच तपाईसँगको बसाइ सारै रमाइलो भयो आज
हो र हैन होला
एकदमै होप हाम्रो दर्शकहरूले पनि एन्जॉय गर्नु भयो यो बसाइलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद हाम्रो स्टुडियोमा आइदिनु भयो आफ्नो विचार राख्दिनु भयो यो तपाईको मुभीको बारेमा जानकारीहरु राख्दिनु भयो यहाँलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद नमस्ते
हजुर स्वागतम छ हजुर जोजोलापा
हजुर धेरै धन्यवाद दर्शक यहाँलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद आज हामीलाई साथ दिनु भएकोमा हेर्दै रहनु होला प्राइम टाइम्स टेलिभिजन नमस्कार